Good morning, this is Vicky.
And this is Jo.
And we're the two natural ladies.
And
we're striving for better, not perfect. We've gone to another.
I forgot who I was and what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life. That sounds like a good idea.
It does.
Yeah.
And we discuss practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh, as you can see. So over the next 2 hours or after, we would love you to send us anything you would like us to discuss via our Facebook page, Two Natural Ladies. We'll check in throughout the show.
Great. So, Jo, our last podcast, we talked about how we met and what we have done since 1991. That's just a random year.
It is just a random year. It was actually the year one of my sons was born.
Oh, well,
and as well as meeting you.
There you go.
Yes.
Wow, what a good year.
An auspicious year, yes.
Yeah,
I wonder what the wine was like that year. Is it a good year for Sauvignon Blanc? Or probably not, is it? It's the red wines.
Reds.
Yes.
Yes. So let's any wine buffs out there, please let us know how your 1991 wine is going. So what's next for us, Jo?
Oh, well, national TV show, national radio, the world needs us. You know that song, What the World Needs Now is Jo and Vicky, the two natural ladies.
There's our song.
Yes, and I think now more than ever.
Oh, absolutely. So Jo, there. Now I was going for national radio, so there's a whole other leap, national TV.
Yeah, I can just see us. I can see us sitting there having a good chat about whatever's relevant and we want to talk about, but at the same time interviewing some amazing people. And, you know, when you're on national TV, you'll probably be interviewing some famous people. For us, I know it's interviewing the ordinary people and the extraordinary things that they do and the difference that they make.
Oh, well, and there's no shortage of those, is there?
No, as we've found. I think that's one of the wonderful surprises. There's been amazing surprises in being on radio. One of them has been us finding an abundance, as you said, of people who are doing extraordinary things. And you wouldn't know from their title or, you know, if you met them on the street or if they just said, oh, I'm a this, you'd just say, oh, okay, great. And then when you just find out a little bit more, you see the greatness of these people.
The old one-to-one. Just sit and get to know people.
Yes.
And, you know, usually I'd say, would I go as far to say every time, you know, if you're digging for the gold, you'll find it.
I think you could go as far as to say that. Yes. And our plan is to inspire, entertain, and as we said, show people the magnificence of people. And it's been interesting in this time how many amazing people there are, and one of the things that we do talk about is the good news, and that's again, as you said, we're digging for the gold, and we don't even have to dig. No. There's so much good news out there.
Well, when I say digging, I mean just spend some time. Just, and that's the thing, you know, when we get caught up in life and rush, you know, we forget to actually stop and smell the roses and get to know each other.
Yes, which I think is happening a bit these days.
Yeah.
And
we want people to feel good.
We do. We do that, and I on your, actually, you and Steph, who's a hypnotherapist that we know, both of you, you know, have talked about how when you wake up in the morning, you look at inspiring things. So that's been what I've been doing now. And Steph talks about how when we first wake up, we're still partly in the unconscious. So if you put good stuff in there, it'll actually have you feeling better rather than if you start reading about some horrible thing. So I seek out, when I first wake up, I seek out something to read or look at that's some good news story. It might just be a picture of a cute bunny or whatever. So, yeah, it's to just keep that good news feel going on.
Absolutely. And, that's why I just got it as you were talking, Jo. That's why our radio show is on so early in the morning, so that people can hear the good news and take it into their day.
Oh, perfect.
Because we are so uplifted after our radio show.
Yes, we skip outside.
After having, spoken to, having an uplifting conversation with each other and had a guest on who we've interviewed and just fall in love, really.
Yes, we do. We do. Yes. Lucky, they're married usually. It's a bit like actors, when actors are acting and they fall in love with each other and, it's like, but you've got to stay professional.
Of course.
Sorry, my head goes in some interesting places.
Yes.
And again, showing people by example what's possible. So, we all have the opportunity to break through and, just have to find out what works for us.
And you do you.
Yes, yes. We're very good at doing us, aren't we?
Yes. And to feel the freedom to do us is good, all of us.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, go on.
Well, know that we're all not just enough, we're more than enough, So it's having that self-belief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, you actually say it. You say that we all have a piece of the puzzle.
We do, actually. I do believe that. And I feel, well, more than believe, I've observed it over the years that, it's when we all come together and we listen to each other's wisdom that that everything, that's when huge possibilities happen. So, and I think we also don't want to get ahead of ourselves and think we've got all the answers. Just because we're right about one thing doesn't mean we're right about another.
No, that's right. And yes, that is right, Vicky.
Yes, thank you. and that's my puzzle piece.
Yes, there you go. Well, I think you can probably have more than one.
Oh, thanks.
Yes. We'll let everybody have a couple because it could be a billion size puzzle.
It's the biggest puzzle on earth.
That's right.
In the whole wide universe, even. Yes.
And so when we're talking about what's next for us and what we're up to from here, that's a big part of it is the inspiration. It's showing people they are part of the puzzle, and it's pointing the way to everybody having a great life, and it absolutely is possible. And of course, there are going to be moments, and I think it's really important that we're there in those moments as well. And I think, we've shared some of our own vulnerabilities, and certainly the people we've interviewed have talked about their vulnerabilities, and I think that's really important too. I think it's really important for people to know out there, if you're going through a tough time, to acknowledge it and be aware of it and know that this too shall pass, and there are people around to support you and help you through it. And I think that with what we offer, with what we have to say, what we get other people to say, with our music, all of those things make a big difference.
Absolutely. Yes, and actually I saw a Facebook post last night. I think it's doing the rounds. I don't think it was an original one. That if you're struggling, if you need anything, if you've lost your income and you haven't got any food, just reach out and we'll make sure something's on your doorstep.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
So I think that we that's the thing. We are all in this together.
United we stand, divided we fall, and if our back should ever be against the wall, we'll be together, you and I.
Oh, we're becoming the two natural lady singers. I can see it now. We're going to be snatched up any second. to do an album.
Yes, forget national. We're international. That was fun.
It was fun.
Okay, so where are we? Oh, look. Okay, so talking about us, back to us. It's all about us.
Well, us being the whole world, yes.
Yes, of course. And so how do we want to get out to the whole world? Jo, how are we already getting out there?
Well, of course, our radio show.
Yes.
And I just want to say I loved what you said about we're here first thing in the morning for people to wake up to and start the day in a positive, fun, inspiring way.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. And videos.
Videos, yes. And we've become a bit creative about our videos, haven't we?
We have, yes. Another new way of doing things. I think we've got to get the sound right.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Zoom videos.
Yes, well, and we can keep looking at other online ways to get out there. We have been doing. We promote ourselves through Facebook and all on our socials as well. Yeah. So try and get our uplifting message out as much as possible. And as we're, I mean, we love to make a difference. We absolutely do, and we get something out of it, don't we?
Yes, and that's what they say, don't they? You know, you often get more out of what you're doing. You know, when you're offering something that to make a difference to people. Absolutely, we love what we do, and yes, we come out of these times together absolutely inspired and uplifted ourselves, and hopefully with others. Actually, one of the things that I really noticed, we did a knit and natter on Zoom, and this is the whole thing that we're finding new ways of using technology, which who knows how that's going to be in another 6 months and what new things are going to happen out of that. And I loved our Zoom knit and natter because it meant that we're all sitting in our living rooms, and it meant we've met a lady through someone we know, her sister, who lives in Brisbane, but she can come on. And so we can actually invite people from all over the place. So I was thinking, even when we get back to knitting and nattering together, we can include other people through Zoom and have that up. Have that up. I'm just waving my hands around, so that they can still be involved.
Yeah. I think so. I think we're discovering things that we can really move forward with here. It's a real opportunity to reset. Yes. You know, and reflect and reset.
Yes. Yes.
So one of the things that we're doing that's I'd say you call it a bit old-fashioned, though. We're writing a book.
We are.
That's totally offline at this point.
Yes. And again, that's been a wonderful journey, and we've used a lot of what we've got from being on the radio show. That's helped. It's helped expand us and think beyond. Because when we started talking about a range of eco products, and we did that because we both wanted to make a difference to the planet, to other people. And from that, we've now looked at all the other things that we can do that can make a difference. And we decided that we wanted to share that with people. And people still read. People love to read. So we thought a book was a great idea.
Yes, I wasn't sure because I'm one of those people, as you know, who falls asleep at the drop of a hat. So if I read, I fall asleep.
You won't fall asleep at our book. You'll be riveted.
As my husband says, the better the movie, the quicker Mum falls asleep. To the kids, he says this. So yes, no, it definitely. If it's a good read, then because I relax.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So it actually means that it's a good movie. It's a good book.
Well, the good thing about our book is that it's not a story, so to speak. Although our stories and other people's stories are weaved into it, it's chapters on community, connection, sustainability, all sorts of things. So people can read one chapter, and they're not going to be long chapters either. So
it's a coffee table book for that time when you're sitting there with a cuppa.
Yes, that's right. And I've got 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's just look at what the two natural ladies are up to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you would say then, Jo, that one of our aspirations would be a social influencer.
Yes, definitely. Yes. And again, I think we're not 20 anymore. I know, sorry to break it to you. And we're not 30 anymore.
Or 40.
Do
we have any?
Say that? We're going no further than that. And I think that I know that there are a lot of people out there that are interested in hearing from people who are a little bit older and what we have to say. And interestingly, the younger one, like some of my kids are jumping on board now.
Yes.
It's taken a bit of time, and they're seeing that what we're offering can be for all ages. You know, we interviewed my son a few weeks ago, and he's 30, and he's been through a huge struggle in his life. And I know at least one of your daughters was saying, I want to hear it.
Yes. Well, she was asking me for the link, and I went to do it and then got distracted. I just realised I've still got to send her the link to that interview. Will do.
There you go. So,
yeah.
So we make these radio shows into podcasts, and that's a really, I think, wonderful thing to have available. So if people miss the 6 a.m. get up, which I probably would if I wasn't here, I would, we can listen to it afterwards.
Yes, absolutely.
So, so we have so much material. It's just getting it all out there and letting people know that we're here, we're available, Well,
and with what's happening now, I'm also, we've noticed a sudden influx in our business, and I think it's to do with people looking to buy local, looking for home delivery, I suppose, as well. But I've been looking to buy local.
Yes.
And I've just bought some local wine, and you know, like so that they'll deliver it. So I'm thinking that again, with times they are changing and things that we've been meaning to do, because we've all been meaning to buy local, but we're just on, you know, when we've been so busy and on rails, and we've actually had time to stop and say, okay, well, now's a good time to jump on and order my local stuff.
Absolutely.
Yes, so I bought local wine, but I also bought,
and we know about Vicky's drinking.
Oh, shocking, you know. But I also bought some local. Well, I got a local organic fruit and veg home delivery as well.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people are finding what's around that is local and getting it, which is great. And supporting the local everyday person. And I think that's the other wonderful thing that's happening. We're looking at the small communities and how we can help all our communities. So it's a wonderful thing.
Think locally. So think locally, act globally.
Yes.
And then we're taking care of the whole world, really.
We are.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.